Hello everyone, just want to give an update on the 180-gallon reef and my new project. Starting with the reef though, unfortunately some bad news, and I'll explain here in a minute. First I'll show you my refugium. I started working on it more. I have a little bit of Chaeto added down there, and went ahead and got a light from Walmart there and a 65K LED daylight bulb to go in there to hopefully grow that Chaeto. And I also went ahead and connected up my reactor there, and right now I have GFO in it, and so far that's working out well too. The light's not on yet because it's on a timer. It'll actually probably turn on here in about a half hour, and then it'll run for about 10 hours. But so far this piece is working out okay. Now for the bad news. Somehow got ick in here again, and I almost think it was the Chaeto. I made a mistake with that. I should not have put it directly in the sump from my, got it from a local fish store, and they go through a lot of fish, and I'm thinking that's where it picked up at. Also got a couple corals from there too, and it's possible that the corals were contaminated with ick. All the fish were doing fine, and started noticing the yellow tang and a few others scratching. The yellow tang actually is looking good now, but I did lose almost half my fish. It struck fast. It was definitely white spot ick. They actually still have it. You can see there the Morales wrasse just scratched on the rock. So I've been trying to get these guys out of here. I set up a hospital tank in my other room. I'm hoping to get them in there. I got one in there now. I did get a few others in there, but unfortunately it was too late. I lost my chocolate tang, my harlequin tusk, which surprised me because they're supposed to be fairly disease resistant, but I lost it too. What I tried to do temporarily is I tried the cordon ick attack. It helped, but it does not cure ick. It even states on their website that once the ick is embedded into the fish, it will not kill it. The only time it will kill the ick is when it's in its free swimming stage. But the ick itself can stay embedded in the fish, I believe, 3 to 7 days. So, I mean, that's almost worthless. But it did seem to help, though. These are the remaining fish. I'm trying to get them out. I got one out now in there. Then I had a couple more that I got out, but it was too late. These guys here actually have less white spots now. So I'm going to continue the dosage of the cordon until I can get these guys out. The only other good thing in here is the corals are doing quite well. I did buy a few more, like I said, a couple different local pet stores, so I'm not sure which one had the ick on it, but I'm almost certain that's probably what happened. But I got a nice frog spawn there. It's green, tipped, really nice piece. Then tried another bubble coral back there. See how that works out this time. And then I got a fox coral. It's back there. That was at a discounted price because it was broken off the main piece, and it's actually doing quite well now. Originally when I bought it here, those weren't open up very well at all, so they're really doing quite well now. Then I went ahead and got a few more flower pot corals. They had them on sale. There's one there. And then the center one there was the original one I had about a month ago. So there's one on the left, kind of like a lime green. Then the strawberry flower pot coral. Those so far are doing excellent, so I'm hoping they maintain their health there. All the other corals that are in here, except for the elegance, I actually thought I was going to lose that elegance there. I moved it. It actually shriveled up all the way into its shell and stayed that way for several days. So I moved it here, and it's came out of its shell, so to speak, now. And but it's lost a lot of color, but it's actually looking really good now. So I'm hoping it survives now. But all the LPSs over here, the hammers, frog spawns, they're all doing really well. And that's what's really the hard decision here, to catch these fish. You know, I really hate to rip all this apart, because then you risk the chance of losing your corals, breaking your corals. The last time I tore this down, took all the rock out, you can see all the dead heads though there, right there on that hammer. Those all used to be live coral. Then they just started dying off one by one. I actually lost quite a few hammers and frog spawns and torches when I had this tore down. So it's a tough decision here. Really don't want to lose the coral either, or at least, you know, damage it. So I'm hoping to get these fish out, and I'm hoping the cordon ick attack at least keeps it under control, so to speak, until I can get these guys out. It's just hard to catch them. The best way I know to do it is just I stand over here with my fish net and put food in it and try to grab them as they go for the food. And plus in the night time I try to snag them when they're sleeping. Hopefully I'll get them all out of here. One other thing I did too, I think I showed this before, I made a little trap basically out of a just a plastic water bottle. It's inverted. Kind of show you the idea. Only thing is, this is only good for small fish. Right there it is. You just kind of cut the bottle maybe about a quarter way down, invert it, put your food in there. They swim through the hole there, and they, so to speak, you know, get stuck. But they really, if they're smart enough, they could get back out. But then you just use a clear line piece of fishing string, and you essentially just got to sit there and wait till you see it, and then see them in it, and then pull this out. But I'm only using that really for the wrasses, the smaller wrasses. The 6-line wrasse is really hard to catch, and so is the red wrasse there. But that's really it for now on this. Just other than once I get the fish out of here, this is pretty much going to have to sit fishless for almost 11 weeks, as recommended, just to make sure all the ick is out. Lesson learned again. I guess I won't add any more corals anymore, or any type of plant life until it's quarantined. The only bad thing about that too is if you don't have the same lights on your quarantine tank, it's kind of hard to maintain the corals for that long. Okay, here's the other project I've been working on. A little bit different. This is a 5-gallon aquarium, so I really debated on trying a mini reef or a planted aquarium, because I saw these on display at a local pet store and I thought, oh, I'd like to have one. And what it is, it's a Fluval Spec 5-gallon, and it's an all-in-one type. Came with the LED internal filter there with the overflow and output right there. Makes it really easy to maintain. There's simply just a block of sponge in there with a couple cutouts to put your bagged charcoal or biomedia in it. The LED light, I believe, is an upgrade from the previous versions of this model. It's definitely bright. Going to see if it's going to be good enough for these plants in here. And the plants I did go with is some chain swords. There's 3 of them right there. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the glare out, but it's kind of hard to focus in too. Then back in the back is Rotella. Then a couple 4-leaf clovers there, and there's one there. And I went with the male beta. Kind of cool looking, kind of flaring out right there. Crown tail. Then a little crypt there, and a Anubias back there. Now I ordered these plants online. I did not realize they'd be this big. Usually when you order plants, they're not this full. So what I'll do is wait for these to get established a little bit, and I'll trim them down a little. But actually looks kind of, I guess, kind of cool there. But it took up more room than what I thought, but we'll see how they go. Hopefully that's enough light there. But there's an overview, just kind of give you an idea too. You can see the glaring of the light, how strong that is. Then the other thing I wanted to mention, in my QT tank. This is the reason why I did not put anything in the QT tank, is because I have a couple fish in here already, and I didn't want to take the chance of introducing ick in here. Especially there's a spotted mandarin right there, and a flame-back dwarf angel. And these guys have been in here already with medication in it, so and no signs of ick at all, so I don't want to take that chance. And the mandarin is actually eating frozen mysis. I've been using a turkey baster and kind of squirting it around him, and he'll pick at him. But that's it on this tank. Now the hospital tank is my other 40-gallon brooder. And what I did is I drained about 25 gallons of water out of the main tank and added some additional new water. And I started a 25% dosage of the Sea-Chem Coopermine. I don't want full strength yet because I need to get the fish in here and I don't want to shock them with medication. But right now I currently have the Banjai Cardinal in there, doing well. Then I'm just using a sponge filter back there, air driven. Then I added some live rock from my sump to help keep it seated. Then I just added some additional live rock to help give them more, I guess, more security. Then hopefully once I get those rest of the fish in here, then I can start the 11-week waiting period on the main display. Then one other thing I'm trying to do too is, I especially did this for the spotted mandarin, is I hatched some brine shrimp. I don't know if you can see them in there, and there's all kinds in there. So I've been trying to feed him that too. It's kind of hard to tell if he's eating them though, but keeping an eye on it. If anything, I can also feed these to these sick fish. Maybe that'll encourage them to eat more too. But that's all I really have, and I just want to thank you for watching another video.